What's up, guys? It is I, once again, Yusuf El-Sened, and today, guys, I want to talk about and review Akira Kurosawa's 1962 classic to his 1961 samurai drama, Yojimbo, Sanjuro. Just like Yojimbo, the film was directed by Kurosawa-san and co-written by Kurosawa-san, Ryozo Kikushima, and Hideo Okujuni. Hideo Okujuni had an uncredited writing part in last year's Yojimbo. By last year, I mean the previous year in which Yojimbo was released. Those three writers, including the director himself, Kurosawa-san, worked very well in the screenplay to Sanjuro, and it's a fantastic sequel. I really love this movie, and we see the return of the Ronin himself, the masterless samurai, or the samurai without a master, Sanjuro. In Yojimbo, Sanjuro was named Mukabatake Sanjuro, which is a reference to the mulberry field. In this movie, he is referred to as Tsubaki Sanjuro. Similar to how Sanjuro adopted the name Mukabatake in Yojimbo, he adopted the name Tsubaki from a type of flower in Japan known as camellia. Camellia is a type of flower with white petal, and it's so gorgeous, the flower itself. It's a very fitting name for the Ronin, Tsubaki Sanjuro. The story opens up with a group of 9 samurai warriors who belong to a household. Among these 9 samurai warriors is Lori Izaka. Lori Izaka is the nephew to a man who is known as the Chamberlain. The Chamberlain is Mutsuta. Lori-kun was discussing with his fellow samurai brothers about how they are to approach a man who is referred to as Hanbei Muroto. Hanbei Muroto is the superintendent who works very closely with Lori's uncle Mutsuta. During the discussion between Lori and his samurai brothers, Sanjuro just so happened to listen into their conversation. I'm going to refer to Sanjuro as Sanjuro-sama, which in English translation means Master Sanjuro, because he becomes a mentor and master for these young boys. He points out their flaws and how they are to approach a certain tactic or a certain plan the right way. Sanjuro-sama overheard Lori and his brothers talking about how they are to approach the superintendent Muroto, and he points out the flaws within their plans, like I mentioned before. He goes so far to say that the superintendent is the traitor and how he's betrayed his uncle. They suspect Sanjuro of being a liar and how he's just trying to trick them. They soon learn, however, that Sanjuro speaks the truth and how Hanbei Muroto is actually the traitor. Just when Hanbei Muroto has his men surround the entire temple, they were so close to having them all annihilated had it not been for Sanjuro, who intervened. Somehow, someway, Sanjuro manages to scare off Hanbei Muroto's men, and Muroto offers him a job. He offers him this job after seeing how capable he is of using a sword. The offer that Muroto presents to Sanjuro will actually play into the story as the film goes on. As a result of Sanjuro-sama saving the lives of all 9 young samurais, including Lori Izaka, they are very grateful to him and show him their gratitude, but Sanjuro-sama asks for money instead of their gratitude. And just as Sanjuro-sama is about to leave the temple, leaving the boys in peace and delivering his classic line, "See you around," he decides to stay and help out the samurais, including Lori, because Lori's uncle is in danger of the superintendent Hanbei Muroto. Hanbei Muroto is holding the Chamberlain Mutsuta, his wife, and their daughter Chidori hostage in their home. It's very funny because Sanjuro-sama, like in the previous movie Yojimbo, he's doing this not for gold, not for money, but out of the kindness of his heart, because Sanjuro, like I mentioned in the last review of Yojimbo, he does have a good heart. He is a good person. It's just very hard for him to accept the fact that he is a good person. He does present qualities of being intelligent, reserved, determined, and he can be quite respectful in his own strange way. Sanjuro-sama has all the qualities that makes a good man with a big heart. His only conflict is is the fact that he has no goal, no aim, no direction, and no personal ambition. This could not be pointed out better to Sanjuro-sama than by the Chamberlain's wife. She is not named during the credit of the film, and she's simply referred to as the Chamberlain's wife. The Chamberlain's wife is so charming, so kind-hearted, and just such a sweet old lady. Her charm is so infectious, I just fell instantly in love with her. That's how good she was. And besides being so charming, sweet, and kind-hearted, she is very wise. She brings up to Sanjuro-sama how he is like a drawn sword who can't stay or remain within its sheath. And she goes on to say that the best sword is the one that remains within its sheath. This is a reference to Sanjuro-sama being an uncontrollable blade who has no direction, no goal, no ambition. He wanders from place to place like the wind with no direction. Whatever his life was before he would become a Ronin, a masterless samurai, he must have had a harsh upbringing, especially since he once belonged to a samurai clan before he either deserted, was exiled. We have no clue who Sanjuro-sama is or what his real name was, and despite us not knowing anything about Sanjuro-sama, the Chamberlain's wife describes Sanjuro as a fascinating person and how he does have a good heart. Whether as Mukabatake Sanjuro or Tsubaki Sanjuro or simply Sanjuro-sama, Toshiro Mifune is absolutely fantastic as this character. He really is the Ronin. Toshiro Mifune embodies his character. He brings so much life, so much charisma, and so much mystique to this character. Everything about this character, this Ronin, Sanjuro, and what defines him can all be attributed to Kurosawa-san's writing and the amazing performance by Toshiro Mifune. The supporting cast also do a great job, including the young actor who plays Izaka. We also get a good performance from this young lady who plays Chidori in the film. The young lady, Chidori, is played by the ever so beautiful Raiko-dan. Raiko-dan is such a beautiful young actress. I love her so much in her role as Chidori, and I especially love her mother, the Chamberlain's wife, who is so fantastic. I don't know who the actress is. She is so phenomenal. I can't give her enough credit. And the female characters in this movie, specifically the daughter Chidori and the mother herself, they are two fantastic actresses I love so much, and it's good to see a female perspective on how this plan is to play out. The plan of the samurais having to rescue the Chamberlain. Every one of the samurais, all 9 of them, the decisions they make are very stupid, rash, and reckless. These are the kind of female characters I love. They show that the men aren't the only ones who can play the big game. Having strong, complex female characters, a good story, great samurai action, a great protagonist in Sanjuro-sama or Tsubaki Sanjuro, amazing direction by Akira Kurosawa, and let's not forget about the fantastic art direction and cinematography. Every single one of Kurosawa-san's movies are so stunning and so beautiful to look at. He brings so much attention to detail in the way his movies look, from the lighting to the way the film is edited, and everything about his films is so breathtaking, guys. I will admit that Sanjuro is nowhere near the classic that is Yojimbo. I have to say though that I love Sanjuro a bit more because of how it has strong, complex female characters, and the fact we get a better understanding of who Sanjuro-sama is as a person. What makes Yojimbo and Sanjuro such classic samurai dramas is not just the direction by Kurosawa-san, but the performance of Toshiro Mifune as this character, the Ronin, the nameless samurai, Sanjuro. I don't often say this about any characters who are the silent, badass protagonists. I feel safe to say that Sanjuro-sama really is the quintessential silent, badass protagonist. You cannot picture a story in Yojimbo or Sanjuro without Toshiro Mifune playing this character. If you do have the chance to watch Yojimbo and Sanjuro, do check these movies out, and I promise you, you won't regret it. That's my review to Akira Kurosawa's Sanjuro. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my gaming channel where I do Let's Play series, gaming content, all kind of good stuff, and do check out my review to Akira Kurosawa's 1961 classic Yojimbo. The link is down below in the description box, and until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.